Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're here today. I am going to be sharing with you some really simple, sweet Easter cards. These cards were so easy to make and they're super duplicatable. You could make probably 30 of them in an hour if you wanted to, if you assembly line them. So I have a whole image here with all of the supplies on it because I think it's important for you to know all the supplies that I use. And you can always click the link in the description below this video in order to go to my blog to purchase the supplies. All of my videos have a link to the blog post in the description of the video. So you can always do that. Okay, so we're going to start out with our first little sweet card here, and I'm using the Basket Bunch stamp set, and I'm using the 3.5 by 5-inch note cards. You can buy these note card packs with envelopes in a pack of 20 from Stampin Up. These are so super handy to have around. They're already pre-scored, they're pre-cut, they come with the envelope. So it makes it really easy to create a really fast card. You don't have to cut any cardstock, you don't have to score it, you don't have to do any of that. It's just done for you. It is obviously a smaller card, but they're really, really cute size. They go in the mail great. You don't have any problems mailing them. You just use standard postage. And they're also really cute attached to a gift or put in a gift bag. So they're just a great alternative size. I've pre-die cut my little chicks here and pre-die cut some grass as well, and I used cucumber crush to cut the grass out and daffodil delight for the chicks. What I did one afternoon is I was creating a bunch of other stuff and I had some daffodil delight cardstock left over. So I just sat and cut a whole bunch of these little chicks out, and then I went ahead and cut out a bunch of the daffodils also from that framelit set. So that's a little tip for you. It's always nice to have on hand a whole bunch of die cut pieces that you can just kind of grab and make cards. So the little eggs here are from the Frozen Treats framelit set. And it just looks like half of an egg and the little chickens peeping up out of the top of it. Again, I did the same thing with these. I was already cutting them for a project I made last week, which I've linked at the end of this video. And so I just die cut a few extras to have on hand. And I keep little bowls and plates hanging around my craft room to put die cuts in and stuff to use at a later time. So I'll show you that over on my blog post. I'll take a photo and put it there. And then I'm just stamping in Cucumber Crush, thanks a bunch. And it's just going right below these little chicks. And really, you could give this any time of year if you wanted to, but it's perfect for spring. It's really not an Easter card, actually. It could just be any springtime card. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next card. I've got 3 for you today. This card is, again, super, super simple. But instead of using a white card base, I used a crumb cake card base, and the little note cards come in crumb cake and whisper white. And then I cut a piece of whisper white cardstock at 4 3/4 by 3 1/4 inches so that it would layer onto the note card base and create a little layer, and the note card would serve as a mat around the outside of this piece. So I was just kind of sitting around looking at these little chicks, and the one little chicken has its mouth open, and so I thought, oh, that would be so cute for it to be like talking to its little friend. So I went ahead and I'm just putting the feet on here because for this project I'm going to need to be able to stamp their feet, or for this card I should say. And so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these little chicks down. You see that I'm using Fast Fuse adhesive. I love my Fast Fuse adhesive. I know there's people that have had mixed reviews and mixed feelings about it because it is a little bit different to use. But for me personally, I absolutely love it. It sticks really well. And once you learn how to use it, you're good as gold. I mean, it's no problem. Basically, when you're putting the adhesive on, you just have to do kind of a little check mark notion with your hand at the end of when you're finished with the adhesive, and it'll just click right off there, no problems. Okay, there's my two little chicks, and they're facing each other and talking to each other. And now I need to do my stamping. So I'm going to use real red ink and stamp a sentiment, and then I'm going to draw a little bubble around the sentiment. And the sentiment that I'm choosing to use is Your Extra Special, which is in the Basket Bunch stamp set. The great thing about this stamp set and this bundle is it has so many options. I mean, it's got great sentiments. It's a great stamp set and framelit set for Christmas. Good grief. Spring cards and Easter cards, and really even into summer. I mean, you could really get a lot of use out of this stamp set. Excuse me. So those of you that are looking at it and see it just as an Easter card or an Easter stamp set, I really encourage you to try to think of other ideas that you could come up with using the stuff in the set, because you really, really could. I've used it for a birthday card, and I'll show you that at the very end of this video. There'll be a link to that as well. Now I'm using Smoky Slate, my Stampin' Write Smoky Slate marker, to just put a little shadow under these chicks so that they look like they are grounded, they have somewhere to stand. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up this entire piece. I only need 5. This isn't a huge card front, so I'm doing 1 on each corner and 1 in the middle. Okay, while I'm getting that stuck down, I just want to remind you that Celebration is coming to an end with Stampin' Up. It ends on March 31st. If you're unfamiliar with what Celebration is, it is spelled SALEABRATION, and it's when Stampin' Up does a really awesome promotion. It's 3 months long, and they give you a free item from our Celebration brochure for every $50 that you spend. And the best deal that you can get is purchasing the starter kit, which is $99. You get $125 in product. You can choose whatever product you want to put in the kit. And then you get free shipping on that order as well. And then during Celebration, you get an additional 2 stamp sets completely free. So you're basically getting like $140 to $150 in product. Well, actually, it would be more than that. You're getting close to $175 in product for $99 plus tax. The free shipping's a huge draw as far as I'm concerned. So you can purchase the starter kit. When you do that, you do become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. However, we have demonstrators that just do this as a hobby and simply have purchased the starter kit so that they can get a discount on their own orders. That's how it benefits you. You get a discount on your own orders from the time that you sign up by purchasing the starter kit, as long as you stay an active team member. And basically, I look at it a lot like, you know, having a Sam's Club or Costco membership. You purchase the membership, you're able to purchase things at a discount. And when you decide you don't want to do it anymore, you don't have to. We do lots of fun things on my team. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, let me catch you up on this card. This card is cut at the same dimensions, the 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm using Melon Mambo and Perfect Plum. And to stamp that little Easter egg, all I did was put the little egg at the very end in the ink. And then I stamped both those little peep bunnies. That's what I've been calling them because they look like peeps to me. And then I stamped my sentiment in Perfect Plum first, and then I went into the Melon Mambo and got a little bit of Melon Mambo ink on that stamp. And it kind of gives it this cool purpley pink look. Again, I'm doing 5 dimensionals on the back of this card front, and I'm going to pop it up on the front of the card, and that will complete my 3rd card. Super cute cards, so super simple. I really had a good time making these, and I made a bunch of them. I made a stack of them just to have on hand to give out or to tell my friends about what I do by giving it to them and stuff like that. So I like having lots of fun, festive stuff on hand. All right, Thank you so much for hanging out with me. As I said earlier, I have those 2 videos linked at the end of this video. You'll see them coming up here in just a minute. And if you want to watch them, you can click on them here. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the little circle that has my face in it, and it will subscribe you to my channel. I would love it if you did that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you leave me a comment, I always try to reply if at all possible. And so I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.